Good morning. It's 5 Minute Friday. Thanks for those of you who noticed I didn't do this last Friday. I was traveling and just couldn't quite get my act together. So here's another gospel question that I've been thinking about a lot. Well, much of my life, many of you too. What do you do about that guy that's begging on the street? He's there every day whenever you go to do your errands or whenever you go to the office or whenever you go to the 7-Eleven, he's sitting in front of the 7-Eleven. It isn't like a one-time thing. This is somebody that you encounter, or maybe you live in a busy city where you encounter people who beg all the time. And no matter how we talk to ourselves about why we don't have to give money to these people or why we do, there's something that seems not quite right about it. Well, let's begin with Jesus and see if we can get somewhere on this today. Here is the story that makes us feel guilty, right? This is in Luke, and this is the story of the Good Samaritan, Luke chapter 10. A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho when he was attacked by robbers. They stripped him of his clothes, beat him, and went away, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to be going down the same road, and when he saw the man, he passed by on the other side. So too a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed by on the other side. But a Samaritan, as he traveled, came to where the man was, and when he saw him, he took pity on him. He went to him and bandaged his wounds, pouring on oil and wine. Then he put the man on his own donkey, brought him to an inn, and took care of him. The next day he took out 2 denarii, and a denarii was about a day's wages, so it's about 2 days' wages, and gave them to the innkeeper. Look after him, he said, and when I return, I will reimburse you for any extra expense you may have. Now, which of these 3 do you think was neighbor to that man? That is the parable. It's really quite short. Didn't even take me a whole minute to read it, I don't think. What do we do about the person that we meet? I know I have Good Samaritan moments all the time. I just choose not to take advantage of them. I'm always passing people who are in trouble on the road, walking by people who are suffering on the street. And I think if I stopped and helped every one of these people, I'd never get anywhere. And besides, am I really helping them? We have all these statistics about how beggars make money by begging and whatever. So I'd like to take a little different tack at this and give us a little challenge this week. So I've been studying the life of Jesus to write this book on the New Testament. I'm very struck by the way he uses his days. His days appear to me to be a series of what appear to be unscheduled stops. And that phrase has become important to me. Now I think about it. Unscheduled stops. I get up every day. I have a little checklist today of what I need to get done, and I bet you do too. And unscheduled stops is not on my checklist. I don't want any unscheduled stops. I want the day to go as I have planned it, and I feel frustrated if the day doesn't go as I have planned it. Now, when I watch Jesus go through his life, he does have an agenda. He sets his eye toward Perea and he starts to walk toward somewhere, or he sets his mind toward Jerusalem and he starts to walk toward there. Then something will happen and he will stop, pivot, and help the person who needs him. Then he turns back and starts again. And in many cases, it changes the journey. Most notably, you notice in the story of the daughter of Jairus that when he heads out on this errand, he's going to go heal somebody. And by stopping, to heal the woman who reaches out and takes hold of his robe, and that's in Mark 5 if you want to read it, his errand changes. Because then when he starts on his journey again, he's going to raise someone from the dead. Now, Heavenly Father uses that unscheduled stop to change Jesus' agenda. So this week, I'm thinking to myself, because I want to use my days carefully. It's my 65th birthday this coming Monday, and if that doesn't make you stop and think, nothing will. And it makes me think that every day I have is precious to use. So on my to-do list next week, I'm going to write the 2 words, unscheduled stop. And I'm going to go through my day with a prayer in my heart that Jesus will guide me to one person who needs me that is not on my schedule. Let's not worry about making a plan that covers all of the things that might happen to us every day. I think if we ask the Lord look, I'm not going to get this right. I'm not going to always be able to stop. I'm not you. But can you guide me to one unscheduled stop today where I can feel that I did your work, that I gave your love to someone, that I gave help to someone, that I gave a little money to someone, that I gave an encouraging word, something that I didn't plan that you planned for me? Would you put that unscheduled stop on my schedule? Is that possible? Let's think about that. Have a wonderful day.